Someone shared this video from Gansu where Beijing claimed only one new case was recently reported. Someone replied, "Are they really curbing the spread of the coronavirus or creating opportunities for spreading it?" As we highlighted in yesterday's episode, Luo Zhaohui, CCP's Vice Foreign Minister, recently said that Chinese citizens should be restricted from leaving the country. Someone shared that, in addition, he also said, as of November 10th, China has brought back more than 70,000 Chinese citizens from 92 countries through the opening of temporary flights, among other means. The Chinese media reported that the Chinese government will always be a strong backing for the Chinese people. However, they perhaps forgot to close the article's comment section. Many netizens have left comments contradicting their claims. A netizen named Rose commented, "Bring them back? Do they not feel ashamed for saying this?" Her comment received 1,273 likes. A netizen that appears to be from Liaoning said, "Didn't we the Chinese people compete to purchase the expensive flight tickets and quarantine at our own expense before being allowed to enter China? How ridiculous is it that they claimed they picked us up and brought us back?" His comment received 1,852 likes. A netizen mocked, "We dare not return because we are afraid of being labeled as those that brought poison back to China from thousands of miles away." This comment received 884 likes. A netizen replied, "I came directly to the comment section after reading the title of the article, thinking that everyone else was picked up except for me." A netizen replied, "Bring us back? I would thank you for not blocking us from entering China." This comment received 1,213 likes. A netizen with the username XG replied, "The flight ticket cost me tens of thousands of yuan, all were hard-earned money." This comment received 339 likes. A netizen named Adler replied, "In case disasters happen again, the number of people willing to donate money and materials to China will greatly reduce." This comment received 335 likes. Someone replied, "The price of an airline ticket from Singapore to China was 14,000. In addition to nucleic acid testing, I was also mandated to do the antibody testing, and the quarantine cost in Shanghai was another 6,500. Someone replied, "After reading the article and before reading the comment section, I felt that I was the only one who would not have been able to return to China if I didn't purchase the costly airline ticket and go through an exhausting process that involved multiple rounds of checks." Someone shared that according to official data, there were approximately 1.6 million Chinese students studying abroad. As of now, there are still 1.4 million, including 400,000 in the US. Many international students were unable to return primarily because of lack of airline tickets, over costly tickets, and quarantine fees. Going back home has essentially become a dream for them. Someone replied, "I dare to say that on any social media platform in China, as long as the CCP does not delete comments, block or suspend accounts, or dispatch 50-cent armies to leave pro-CCP comments, all comment sections will be filled with truthful opinions." Someone replied, "This pandemic has allowed countless Chinese people to recognize the ugly face of tyranny as well as the devil's habitual tricks." Someone replied, "People living in nations involved in the Belt and Road Initiative are having the most difficult time right now. They are basically struggling to even survive." Someone replied, "If it weren't because I have elderly parents still living in communist China, I would never come back even after I pass away." Someone replied that many Chinese people returned from overseas to China because they were frightened by Beijing's National Health and Family Planning Commission. A netizen living overseas shared that the CCTV program that we watched overseas described all cases as having been imported from abroad. This is a report from Jinan City. Someone replied, "When Wuhan's lockdown was lifted, the CCP had already set this tone for its media. That is, all new cases will be reported as having been imported from abroad." Someone replied, "I agree, this is the reason Beijing implemented the lockdown in the first place." Someone shared a video clip from a January election security hearing on Capitol Hill.
It wasn't our company in the terrorist report, but we do have components in our products that come from China.
Someone replied, "How ironic is it that an authoritarian regime contributed to the voting system used in a democratic nation's elections?" Someone shared this video clip taken in Australia. Someone allegedly from the Middle East tweeted in support of Trump. Someone shared this picture, which was said to be taken in front of a U.S. military base in South Korea. Someone shared this video report from Washington, D.C.
首都 DC， 我们看到背面呢，这里有人山人海的群众在这里已经集合了。这边的位置是在自由广场，那他们在集会之后将会游行到最高法院。那我们也看到，这可能是自1963年马丁路德金在这边进行"我有一个梦想"的演讲之后，最大批的一个人群的聚集。
Someone shared that a Chinese national also spoke at the rally.
As an immigrant from China, I'm voting Trump for America. USA! USA! The America I admired and I looked up to in China, I can tell you one thing. That is not Biden's America. And I did not flee Chairman Mao's socialism to come to Biden's socialism. I am telling you all my personal experience in China because I have personally experienced what the radical left has done and what the catastrophic consequence and the destruction they have caused. The economic Armageddon, the complete collapse of social civil order, the complete moral decay of the entire society. Do we want that in America? No. Not under President Trump's watch. Not on our watch. We're here because we own. 4 more years. 4 more years. We the people get to decide. So let the media hear this. This is far from over, and we just got started.
Someone said the concept of American is not defined by ethnicity or nationality, but by values, way of life, and worldview. November 14th is Diwali, a traditional festival in India. The White House published Trump's presidential message on Diwali. He said, as diyas are lit throughout homes, workplaces, communities, and places of worship, their warmth reminds us of the hope and devotion that faith and tradition bring into our lives. The United States is a deeply faithful nation, and I am proud of my administration's work defending the constitutional right of all Americans to live and worship according to their conscience. Wherever Americans light diyas to celebrate Diwali, our nation shines bright as a beacon of religious liberty for all people. This year, we are especially reminded to cherish and give thanks for the companionship of our friends and family. The First Lady and I wish the millions of people in the United States and around the world observing Diwali a joyous celebration and prosperous new beginnings. Someone said it spiritually signifies the victory of light over darkness, good over evil, knowledge over ignorance, hope over despair, Trump over Biden, and truth over fraud.
Child, we will take you in. Child, we will bring you home. You'll be a flower that sees the spring. Soon a dove flying high.